We're the second week of July, and I dug up a couple of my secondarily new potatoes yesterday, and I can see that they are now ready, and they are very nice. They're about egg shape, about egg size, the majority of them. So what I'm going to do today is harvest all my potatoes. I tend to harvest them all, dry them, and then bag them. You don't have to. You can actually just harvest what you eat. But what you tend to find if you do that is by the time you get to the last row, if you've got a lot, they're quite a lot bigger and not as actually nice as the early ones. Anyway, I will show you what they look like and how I'm going to do it. If you look, the veg bed is nice and full now as it's midsummer. The broad beans have had a little bit of wind damage, but even though I've staked them, they still tend to topple over a little bit. What I've been harvesting so far is the courgettes, the peas, today the potatoes, and I will harvest my onions now in the next few days as well, and I'll do a separate video on them. Yeah, there we go. Here are the potatoes. A little bit yellowing on a few, but because I'm harvesting them, I'm not too fussed about that. So what my plan is to chop all the tops off, pull back the membrane, and then dig them up. I'm going to keep the tops because I'll put them on the compost, because that'll be good. Right, so all the tops have been taken off, and I've been putting the tops now onto the compost because that's they'll rot down and it'll be good. Feed the bed, one of the beds in the winter, ready for spring next year. So now I'm going to pull back the membrane and start digging up the potatoes. Okay, so that's the membrane pulled back, and if you look, these are the potatoes just under the surface. Couple with slug damage, but you'd expect. Hopefully not too many. A few, little bit of green on some. If they're green, chuck them away. If they've got a bit of green, cut the green off and chuck that away, and then keep the rest of the potato. But we'll see how many we get. Right, that's the first 4 rows dug, and got just about a full bucket off each row. I'm gonna go and start putting these to dry in the sunshine because we've got a bit of sun today, and then I'll come back and carry on digging. But overall, a few spuds been had by slugs, but not many. So yeah, so it doesn't look too bad so far. Right, that's some more dug up, and now I'm going to move to drying them. This is the 3rd barrow I've had, so it's been a good crop, but we'll see how many are damaged once they dry. Right, there we go. Once, as you can see, as they dry, I can then rub the mud off and then have a look at them, throw away anything that's not any good, and then bag up all the good stuff. So the potatoes have been drying for a couple of days, and what this means now is I can just rub the soil off and check them, and then I tend to split them into 3 lots. These are okay, but slightly damaged, so we'll be using those first. These are the ones which are good, and I'll be storing those. And so far, out of what I've done so far, I've only had a small amount of wastage, so that's quite good for this year. I've got these to do after, and then what I'm going to do on these ones, I'm going to put them in large brown envelopes and until they're needed.